Good evening, assalamu alaikum, and welcome to Sports Extra. I'm your host, Ahmad Nawaz. Tonight's show is going to be more fantastic than we have been doing throughout the week. Since the new set of Sports Extra has come up, we're having something of a special, run with all of these guests as well. And I have, once again, the champion that he is, one of the most successful squash players of the new era. He's been the British junior champion. He has reached the first PSA Tour final. Oftenly, he's got the Asian junior title in 2007 as well. By the end of 2008, he had soared 32 places in the PSA World Rankings to finish the year at the top of 20 and a record career high of 16 in May 2009. CAS International title in 2011, fourth FMC International Men's Squash Championship, President Gold Cup International, and of course International Championship runner-up in 2019, and also part of the Asian Games in China and National Games. What a successful event that was for him. I can go on and on about his records, but words are not enough to describe him. He's none other than Mr. Farhan Mehboob, who's going to be with us in tonight's show, and we're going to be discussing with him all that is happening in the world of squash. While we move on to the second segment, we're also going to have international mountaineers and discussing mountain sports in Pakistan, because we've got some fabulous destinations as well. But right now, time for the champion himself, none other than Mr. Farhan Mehboob. Assalamu alaikum, how are you?
Walaikum salam. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming again. I understand we bother you a lot, but it's always an honor having you on the show as well.
It's an honor for me as well.
Thank you so much. Right, National Games, what a great event that we had. After so many years, I fell in love with the National Games once again. You were part of the most successful contingent as well, and it was great to see so many medals in squash.
Yeah, we actually, I'm shocked, after 9 years, they arranged the national game in Peshawar. Everyone's so happy, and the very successful games there. They planned there, especially the KPK government and the government of Pakistan. So we playing the national games after 9 years. So this game is, 9 years we planning for this game. Everyone, every time they postpone these games, everyone, every time they cancel this game. So actually this game is very important for the new talented players for Pakistan. So we love to play these games after 2 years now. So yeah,
we enjoy and especially because it was happening in Peshawar, there was so much of the crowd. It was a great thing to see that there as well. But like I said, successful. You just had the international squash tournament as well, where you were runner-up. We also saw you playing there as well. So a lot has been happening, including international tournaments. So that means that you're still focused enough in squash, and you still want to continue this for quite a long time, inshallah.
Ahmed bhai, this kind of tournaments, they give you very much of boost, we lost our confidence, we lost our, everything, but because of this kind of tournaments internationally, international players are not, the players are not coming to Pakistan, so we struggling so much, we playing just local tournaments and close international tournaments, or just for Pakistani players, no international players. So after squash revival in Pakistan Air Force, they getting very good jobs for Pakistani players. So now my rankings and all the Pakistani players, our rankings are improving day by day.
This is one thing that our viewers need to understand. They always have a question about the rankings of a player. And what we need to understand, that you have to play international tournaments to increase your ranking, because there is a lot of misunderstanding about rankings.
Everyone asking us what happened to your ranking, I was 16 in the world, everyone asking, the senior vice president and the media and the normal people, everyone saw us, what happened, Farhan, your ranking is 16 and now you are in 91. So this is the main thing, no tournaments in Pakistan, internationally, especially the internationally, but the internationally the tournaments in coming to Pakistan. So we improve our rankings, our confidence. You can see the Egyptian players are, now they lose
from Pakistanis.
From Pakistanis. Because of what? Because now we taking day by day better matches, better fitness, techniques. Because now we know why they beat us. Now we know why they beat us,
So you do your homework before going
because so I'm now working with my weakness every day by day, see my performance, I won the national games, 2 golds there, and then I won the gold medal in Nepal, and now I'm playing again in the final, so I beat in the top seed. So I'm so much happy now, and Allah give me an opportunity to show myself, to improve myself. But actually, like the main things is, trust me, Ahmad bhai, like people don't like me. Like some of people in squash and out of squash, they don't like me to perform for my country.
Because you're too handsome.
There's the main thing, like, but because of why? Because I speak truth every time. Because I speak about rights. That's why they don't like me ever. Like I see, and I was so sad. Like so, I speak about my dad and sometimes my wife. Like they said, no, you have to play with your country. Just leave that negative people, you know. So I'm just.
And I guess these negative people are all around us in life, but we need to overcome them, take all that positivity and move forward. And that's why family support is very important.
Have, like, I mean, they have power to use, you know, to use. So sometimes if I perform, they said, okay, your perform is just okay, but we need your perform like high. But when I play international tournaments, they come and they said, don't lose, Farhan, don't lose this. So they're giving you so much pressure, you know, before the match. Because if they give you a pressure, would definitely you lose.
Definitely, that is the case. But I think out of all the players that I've known, you've been participating more in international tournaments. Since your injury a couple of years back, you've come up really strong. You did mention Egyptian players, and we see them, they're very quick in the court, they're very resilient. They've got a bit of an attitude problem, but I think that comes with the game. But I think the basic difference, what would you see the basic difference between us and them in Egyptian players and Pakistani players?
When I see my personally experiences this, like when I see especially the Egyptian player, when they lose, they don't think
why they lost.
Why they lost? Because they say we have another tournament. So the day is finished here, and we start thinking tomorrow. You know, when they go back from Egypt, like said, if you lose some, I ask some player, like if you lose, so if you go back to your home or you back to your federation, so they told you like this, like you are finished or your career is finished. They said no, nobody can ask us. How dare, like, man, like this is our life, this is our squash. We have to prove, we have to play, and this is a sportsman spirit, you know, this is a sports. Like sometimes you lose, sometimes you win.
This is life, because I was, yesterday we were in conversation with Air Vice Marshal Ahmad Masood, the Senior Vice President of the Pakistan Squash Federation. He really appreciated the Egyptian model. He said they took up people from middle class families, they're giving them educational scholarships from school, colleges, even universities and even Ivy Leagues in America. They're establishing them and also giving them incentives for squash at the same time as well. So I guess this is what needs to be done here, because we see every time a player is down, people tend to say, okay, his career is over, that's it, finish. Nobody wants him to get that courage to come back up and then tell everybody that, no, I can still do this.
Like the same thing I told to, when I speak with my Senior Vice President, Ahmad Nawaz Saab said, so I just spoke to him, like, whenever we win here, like Farhan Mehboob won 10 tournaments in a row. If I lose the 11th one, my career is finished. It will be news, like Farhan is finished, Farhan have no stamina, his career is finished, fitness is down. But they didn't see my 10 tournaments if I win this. So Ahmad Nawaz Saab is a very clever man, he's a very clever officer, you know, he's a nice gentleman, he know about everything now. He's because I personally like him because he think about players, you know. Like
cares for them. He really cares for them.
Very care for him. Like he said, like, I don't know, but I see Pakistani players on top. Everyone.
No,
if you need anything, just tell me directly.
He told us, he said that he's going to be personally involved with the players. He said, I'm personally involved with them. I'm personally monitoring their fitness, the facilities that they're getting. They were talking about new gym equipment that they're bringing in for the players as well. So I think that does a lot when the senior people, senior management of your federation come to you and tell you that, Farhan, you can do this. That really does a lot.
That's why we're happy now. That's why you can see Pakistani players now, they're improving day by day because of this. But before, like if you're playing, I remember I lost to Yusuf Ibrahim in Karachi, the chief of naval staff. I play a final there, like 20K final. I lose him like in 3-1. I never lost in like semi-final, quarter-final. I lose him in the final, like, but everyone said, Farhan is finished because he lose.
Losing is not bad. You get to learn a lot about yourself. And like you said, you're working on your weakness. You're trying to get better every day. I think this is what counts.
But I play final there. And they didn't see like Farhan won first round, a second round, quarter final, semi-final.
They only saw that he lost.
They only saw that I lost.
But that's the unfortunate part of us here. That we tend to stay with the negativity and less with the positivity, and that's what we're stressing, that it's time now that we promote the positive image of Pakistan to the world and give confidence. Now, there have been great times for Pakistan in squash. Jahangir Khan Saab, Jansher Khan Saab, the great Qamar Zaman Saab, I had a chance to interview him as well. I was very honored. They have stories to tell, and it's been a glory for Pakistan in squash. Then a period came when, like you said, it was very disappointing. People weren't that hopeful. But now things are much better. Would you agree that now gradually we're in the right direction, where we can bring that international glory back to Pakistan and become the world champions again, inshallah?
Inshallah, of course, because I saw now in the federation, like when the Amir Saab has come, and I saw everything is changed so quick, so quick. When I saw him like the first time we met with him, like we have a meeting with him with all players, like he met with every single guy like personally, and he asked, okay, tell me about what you want and what can I do for you. So we tell everything, like he said, like tell me everything clearly. Don't scare about everyone like here who's negative, So he said like tell me everything. So we speak, everyone like speak so clearly.
And he listened.
And he write.
And then he implemented that.
And then after a week I see a lot of changes.
So he listened to the players. And the game is about the players. We stress about this fact that the management is very important, the officials are very important, but at the end of the day it's the player who is the main part of the game.
Because we're playing now for our country, and I just told to the people like the negative ones, like for God's sake, we're playing for Pakistan. Farhan Mehboob is not playing for myself. Like I don't want money. I don't want anything. Like I just want a respect, because I play for Pakistan, for my flag. When I won the South Asian game and I see my flag, so I was crying. Because we beat India there, so we are so much happy. We are so much happy because we won a gold medal for our country. So I play for Pakistan, I don't play for myself. So if the people like me there, a lot of people like me there, and especially the media are very there for me, like for me all the time, like they help me everywhere when I go, and they respect me. So I want people like respect me, because I play 18 years for my career.
Yeah,
so
it's
18 years,
almost a lifetime.
Yes,
almost a lifetime.
My whole young life is going for squash.
For squash, and that you've done nothing else, and that's
nothing
and like you mentioned, you're carrying the flag, so you're an ambassador of your
and
country.
some people like when I saw the comments are like so much they hurt us, like they disrespect us, like in comments, like. So sometimes I want to write with that Peter, like replying. So
but it isn't worth it.
It's worth
it. It isn't. That's really sad. I really feel for you generally. But we hear stories and we talk about the legends. Facilities, help from the federation, and everything is very, very important. But how important is self-training? Because we have seen legends who didn't have those facilities, but they trained very well. If somebody had to play, like I got to know this yesterday again from Amir Masood Saab, that he told me that he talked to Jahangir and Jansher, and they told us that when they had to play 6 games, they would practice for 10. If they had to run 5 miles, they would run for 10. So they do the double amount of training. So how important is your personal training as well? Because yes, the management is there, your coaches are there, everyone, but personally you need to fight with yourself as well.
Like, see, when I saw my uncle Jansher Khan when he training, but I was a very young kid. So my dad, Mehboob Khan, he spent his 15 years with my uncle Jansher. But when I saw my uncle Jansher, he have a big setup, So he have, for a practice time, he have like 6 players on a row. So he playing with one by one. So you're playing like 12 games, 15 games. When I play now with junior kids or something like that, so they said, oh, I play with this guy, I play with this guy, so he run away from me. So how can I improve my game?
Match practice.
If I play with him, so maybe definitely he improve his games, you know, but how improve my game? So the coaches are 2 coaches now, because we didn't have not that much high qualified coach, you know. So what, like in the past we have like Jamshed Gul is one of the best coach, because I training with him. So my ranking is 16 in the world. Ahmed Nawaz is 14 in the world. So we have like 4 players who playing in under in 20 in international ranking. So nowadays, like we have only 2 coaches who supporting juniors and senior as well. So this is a very tough job now.
Yeah.
So we need. So I play sometime, like in week I play by myself like 1 hour every day in gym. I play myself because I didn't have any good partner with me, like who play with me like in the morning and in the evening.
Right.
So this is a big thing.
A lot of self-training.
If I don't play with the senior guys, if I don't play good squash, how can I improve my game?
That's why we say that international exposure is very important.
Very important.
Very important at the same time. Men's side and the junior side is absolutely amazing as well. They're once again going to the British junior championships. We know about that as well. But we have seen that ourselves as well, and you're one who can tell us as well that we have a lot of talent on the female side as well.
I didn't see that much. If I tell the truth, like there's maybe if I sing now, so maybe there's no more negative people now around me, because our female sides, like I know some of girls, not all, some of girls have a lot of talented, like one is like 2 sisters, Faiza and Medina and Amna. They have a lot of potential. And they are young, so if they need support, you know, if the federation are helping her like for the international events, so I'm 100% sure they maybe take any titles for Pakistan, or they maybe reach top 50 and top 50
they have the potential.
easily.
They have the potential.
Yes.
And we're promoting squash at a new level now, but once again we have to stress the fact that we need to get squash as a primary sport in schools as well, because in schools we see children playing football, cricket, either maybe some other sport, but you've got to get this culture in schools as well, where a school boy or a school girl would say that they want to play squash, they want to be part of squash.
This is a very important question. Like Ahmed Bhaiya, I remember I told you the last when we met in your show. So this is very important, because whenever I go to from any international countries, so I saw there's a lot of squash courts, especially in school, college and in university, because I play my first rounds, a lot of first rounds with any university in America or England or France or everything, you know. But the students are come and they watch matches, and they, you know, so they like their games, you know. So they, from the next year I saw the same students, they playing squash. But here I didn't see any squash courts from any schools or any colleges. I see some squash courts from here in Pakistan, like the very famous university, but nobody can afford there, you know, to study it, but very expensive. So how come you go and use the squash courts for only squash? You can't.
And you also told us last time that you're not breaking rackets anymore. So I'm sure that you're sticking to your promise.
Yeah. This time I never break my rackets, because I didn't have rackets, you know. So I didn't have sponsors. So whenever I need rackets, so I have to request for rackets, you know. That's the main thing.
If somebody wants to gift you something, they should gift you a racket.
Yes, definitely.
That would be the best gift.
Rackets or maybe shoes.
Maybe shoes.
Yes.
So equipment is very
important. Yes.
Very important as well. But I guess your career has done us proud. I think we're all proud to say that you represent our country. We wish you all the best. We see you in international tournaments. But tell me about the health and the fitness factor right now. Is the fitness routine, the gym, the running and everything still the same? Are you trying to you know, work even harder when it comes to the diet routine, because diet is something which we Pakistanis are not familiar with.
Yeah.
One day we decide we're going to have a diet, the next day we have a biryani on our table. You never know. So,
Yeah.
so do you believe in the diet structure for a sportsman?
Diet is very important because when I change my diet, I know my changing myself and stamina, because I especially saw a lot of players, they eat everything, like they eat like chips, they eat like burgers, everything. I never eat burgers because I stopped burgers from last 1.5 years, and I stopped drinking from last 3 years, because for 3 years I eat everything, you know. But when I train and then I put this diet on me, like the burgers especially, or chips, and the spicy
Cold drinks
foods,
and
the
stuff,
cold
yeah.
drinks and stuff, you know. So this is not a good thing for any sportsman, not only for squash, no, for any sportsman, and especially for normal people as well. So the diet is very important. So I changed my diet because now I'm having like I taking my breakfast like 8, and then breakfast is 12, and then dinner is maybe like 7.5, 7 is 30s, or maybe 8.
And traditional KPK green tea is always there to help you.
Always there, like especially in lunchtime and dinner time.
Definitely. And Farhan, very quickly, what's up next for you on the international stage?
We now ready for the Asian Senior Squash Championship in March in Malaysia, and we won this last in Hong Kong, and I was in 2016 in Taiwan. So now I'm in the team as well again. So inshallah ta'ala, I will give my best and to take another 8 gold medal for Pakistan. Inshallah ta'ala, and I never lose hope.
And you never should.
Whatever people saying anything, and I was playing for my country. Inshallah ta'ala, forever.
Inshallah. And you know that we are always with you.
Inshallah.
And you have a lot of fans and brothers in the likes of me, my team, and so many people out there that we know really love you and really come out to support you. And you've got a great fan following, inshallah, that is going to support you.
That I know. That's why I'm happy. I'm happy because of I have a lot of very not of friends, like I have brothers.
Yes. And we're proud of you as well, and I wish you all the best, inshallah. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Unfortunately, that's all we have time for this segment.
Thank you so much, Ahmad bhai, for having me here.
Yes, and we're going to hope that once you bring that medal back in March, gold medal, inshallah, we're going to be there on the airport receiving you with all the fanfare, inshallah. Thank you so much. That's all for our segment for squash. You heard the champion himself. A lot of prayers for him, and to all those people who have been or who are still there with that negativity, you know, you might want to look at yourself in the mirror. If you think Farhan's not good enough, why don't you take that racket, come into the squash court, and let me see who win 8 medals or 7 medals in a row, and then I'll see who's the better one. But then again, you got to love this guy because he's representing Pakistan, and Pakistan is what comes first. We're going to go towards a short break. When we come back, we'll be discussing mountain sports in Pakistan and international mountaineers who are visiting Pakistan regularly. Stay tuned to Sports Extra.